and 10 just turning and spinning on his back foot and launching that ball down the field.
No, you're 100%
and
right.
I don't know what the disconnect was with this defense today. It was the disconnect between linebacker, safety. The pass rush was going to be. It was not going to. I didn't think it was going to be all that great because of how the Packers protect. But this quarterback did a great job of. He says, if I could get the ball to the middle of this, in the middle of this defense, I've got a chance for a huge play. And you mentioned about the, some of the uncovered guys. I mean, it was several where just, you wonder where that disconnect. Safety, linebackers, safety, corner. They played like a team that really wasn't very sure of how they needed to play coverage tonight.
877-881-1053 is the number to call, the number to text here on the official postgame show of your Dallas Cowboys. Let's pause now 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves across the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
Your turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Hello, baby.
KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas Fort Worth.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus after a Cowboys collapse here. In the wild card round, 48-32. They lose to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, again, just have the Cowboys' number in the postseason. And I was hoping it was Aaron Rodgers. No, maybe it's Aaron Jones. I don't know. But the Cowboys certainly have not performed well when they've seen the green and the yellow. Postgame show brought to you by Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. Brian, though, you brought up the big chunk plays.
Yes.
I mean, go down the list. Romeo Dobbs, 46-yard catch.
Yeah.
Luke Musgrave, 38-yard catch. Dontavian Wicks, a 20-yard touchdown. Tucker Kraft, a 10-yarder. Yeah. Aaron Jones, a 13-yarder. Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. And this team, I mean, once they got down 14-0, they just didn't really have the type of response that you needed to have. I mean, in the second half, you allowed yourself no room for error.
Right.
None. And you had to get some stops. They weren't able to do some. They also they came out flat out of the gates on offense today, and it's a shame. I mean, you look at this team, according to ESPN Stats and Info, 2-21 under Mike McCarthy, including the playoffs when they've trailed by 14 or more points. The lone wins came in 2020, Week 2, the watermelon kick game against the Falcons, and then Week 5 against the Giants when Dak fractured his ankle.
Yeah.
And they came back and won that one. But I mean, that's a bit of a concern in a league that's kind of built for the comebacks. And Coach McCarthy's, he said that himself. Yeah. This team, when they've gotten down by double-digit points, they just have not had the type of response and resolve. Maybe that, I mean,
they couldn't get a stop.
Exactly.
See, when we were talking about what they needed to do in the second half, it was to get the ball and score. The field goal, that was disappointing to me. You go 12 plays and you kick a field goal there. It took a lot of time, and I'm like, man, you just needed to make that one quicker. It needed to be more decisive, but it needed to be a touchdown there. But, man, what we were banking on was that they would be able to get a stop in the second half, and they just could not. Not till the game was out of hand, and they're taking their quarterback out and putting their starter back in and all that, did they even, did Dallas even get a stop? So they didn't play particularly well defensively tonight, and that ultimately cost them. But, man, the offense's inability to put pressure. I was going into this game believing that if Jordan Love was the one that was going to throw the ball 50 times in this game or 40 times this game,
you'd win.
Dallas was probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
They were going to find a way. It was Dak Prescott that threw the ball 60 times tonight. Jordan Love only threw the ball 21 times, but it doesn't seem like any time that he threw the ball that there was a miss or anybody contesting a pass.
This shit hurt right here, man.
Looked at some of the coverage on third down and how they were playing off, and then the fact that they weren't able to make to defend balls or to play those play the coverage that they need to play. It seemed like a really, really soft game from that aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, you came out, you punted, you got one first down on that. Then you had the interception to Jair Alexander, sets the Packers up with a short field. You have another punt, then the pick six.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you started on offense.
Yeah.
You didn't come out ready to play. Your scripted plays, your first 15, whatever it was bad. I mean, as you mentioned, the play calling didn't have any rhythm, any flow to it whatsoever.
Not at all.
The amount of second down runs. I mean, you're asking the penalties as well. The Sam Williams issue,
Sure.
What the hell are you doing even being close to there? DeMarcus Lawrence is playing tremendous to start the game. Then he lines up offside. You got a chance to get them off the field. And we've talked about the issues with the penalties. And would that ever get cleaned up? And maybe it doesn't matter who your coach is. Maybe that's a Cowboy issue, and it always will be because you look at it, and that doesn't seem to change. But we've always thought, those type of mental mistakes, it's a reflection on your coach. But, nobody was able to pick themselves up by the bootstraps and dig themselves out of this one the way it unfolded.
Well, you talk about the penalties, which was funny. They had the 2-point play where they had the illegal man downfield, and then they also had the pass interference or defensive or offensive pass interference. Dak's just got to walk that ball in.
Yeah.
You just walk it.
Well, and then the sack that he took.
My
gosh. I mean, the one thing with Dak, and everybody has a different opinion on Dak, and I know, we'll go to the phones. I'm sure the people are going to say, hey, you can't. The report came out today. They're expected to get an extension done. He's going to be the highest paid player in NFL history. I don't know that changes. We can have a serious conversation about that.
But you watch it. No, it's not just that. It's just attention to detail.
It's attention to detail.
That's what I'm. When you start
in the losses, it piles up.
It does,
right? It seems like
the penalties.
It's just a little play like that. It's the penalties. It's when you're rolling out, just throw the football away because then you're in fringe territory. Do you kick the long field goal
or go for it,
or do you go for it?
Right.
When it's 3rd and 11, now you have no chance. You have to punt the football now.
Right.
So you take yourself out of that. So I mean, it was some egregious performance today by the quarterback, by the play caller, the defense as well.
The defensive coordinator
really let you down. Yeah. I mean, nobody to me, and I get it. Maybe some people roll your eyes. That's true. That's balanced and fair and honest analysis. Everybody was crap today, except maybe Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson, he did show up there. But, unfortunately, like I said, Green Bay had a great game plan. They really did. If their game plan was to attack the middle of this Cowboys secondary at these safety spots.
At least they had a game plan. They had a game
work
plan.
Off that. Tip of the hat to them.
What was our game plan?
Executed that with
perfection. Jordan Love was great, and until that incompletion.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, which kind of ruined this. He was going to be the first quarterback in NFL history. He might have gotten, along with C.J. Stroud, to have a perfect passer rating in their postseason debut. I mean, he couldn't be stopped. And the defense, the way that they were running the football, we knew that Aaron Jones was going to be an issue. Yeah. And there just wasn't an answer for it. Very, very unfortunate.
There wasn't much answer for
incident
anything offensively that the Packers
Interstate I-30. Don't be on I-30, y'all.
No. Until it was too late and the game was out of reach. And then the Packers are taking their foot off the gas.
Right.
So, I mean, what can you really judge? That's cool. You get empty stats. And that's what the people that hate Dak Prescott, they're going to be like, oh, he's a stat patter. I'm not going to argue with you today. Those stats are meaningless to me. The game was over. 877-881-1053. The number to call, the number to text. We want to hear from you. We will hear from Mike McCarthy. Looks like Jerry Jones might be talking too. We will get some Jerry Jones audio. Your quarterback, Dak Prescott. This one stings, and I feel for you. We are here to get through it together until 9:30 tonight, the official postgame show that Dallas Cowboys rolls on.
Man. Rip the Band-Aid off, man. Rip that motherfucker off. Rip the Band-Aid off, man. And when they get back, hey, I did hit 2,000 though. You know, that's the only thing. Let me see if I can refresh, and we gonna promote that right there. We gonna promote that. Shit. Oh my gosh, man. I'm hurt, y'all. Law is hurt, man. I'm the person that give y'all motivation and inspirations, but at this point, man, I got nothing to. Who did they have at the halftime speech? They couldn't get my cousin, man. You let the hip hop preacher come in there. E.T. come in there and give them the inspiration. Let Thomas get in there, man. This hurt right here, man. But salute the Prize Picks, man. They were sponsors of this live stream and also the post-game show brought to you by Prize Picks. We had the entry pad stack Dak Prescott, if y'all want to call it that way. It was good for me, man. $2,000 hard, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that I got, That's all I got. Shout out to him, man. And he barely got the yeah. He was dead close, bro. He was dead close. Oh, my goodness, man. That's the only thing. But this money, tainted money, man. This money, look, we were out-coached. We got whooped on all phases of the game. I would even put special teams in here. Now it's time to, look, I'm all team blow it up now, man. Blow it up. Blow it up, man. Let everybody go. I'm wanting that ass back. And if y'all want to get mad and unsubscribe and hit me up and say I can't stand you law no more, then hey man, take it this way. For whatever you feeling that you lost, I guarantee it wasn't as much as me. You know what I'm saying? For this season, I lost pretty much everything. And, I support this team. Wake up, I'm brushing my teeth with a Cowboys toothbrush, man, with Cowboys toothpaste and beyond. And I give y'all unbelievable time. And I try to be earnest with y'all. I give y'all, I let y'all call in. Y'all talk for about 50 hours. I give y'all everything. Everything. And this is what we get in return from the Cowboys team.
What more do you want from me?
What y'all want me to say, man? You know what I'm saying? That Dan Quinn called he called a real good game. It's just the fact that the things that we said all season long with Kurtz, that he's like an ironing board out there. You ever seen those old ironing boards? They go when you open it up. And he's like an avatar. He turned like this. You can't play football like that, guarding somebody down the field. We've seen that. We're like, let Wanye get some of that. You know what I'm saying? PT. And Parsons. I get it, Parsons. We love you, Parsons. But you waking up out of your bed, rolling, yawning, even with the amount of Hennessy that I had earlier this week, would have played better at that linebacker spot than Damone Clark. And we like Damone Clark, but he's just not a middle linebacker who can diagnose SHIT and see it and hit it, and scoop it up. Parsons on the edge is ineffective, and they allowed you to get away with some things in this game. This defense was trash, man, and the offense game plan. What was our game plan, ladies and gentlemen? What was it? What was it? We look like an expansion team out there. We look like a team that didn't belong, man, in the playoffs. We wasn't hungry. Ooh, so, man, I need counseling, man. If y'all got some counseling in the DFW area, y'all do that, send them my way, man.
Maybe Dak's not the guy. Do you need a new quarterback? Should you extend him? I don't know. But this trickles over 3 decades and multiple different coaches and quarterbacks. Maybe it's a fabric and a foundational organizational issue. Are you focused on the right things? I don't know. You've got the glitz and the glamour of the star and side businesses and all that comes with being a Dallas Cowboy. I mean, I don't think there's an easy answer to this. But I feel for the frustration and the heartbreak that the fans are dealing with once again.
Man.
Today was about the Jimmies and the Joes and some of the X's and O's, too. If you look at the way that the Packers, the way the Packers played you, they had a great game plan offensively, defensively. They knew they couldn't go toe-to-toe with Dallas. They had to worry about Dallas's ability to make the big plays.
They did, yeah.
Down the field. And they really didn't give up anything. I mean, they really they did a great job of when they had to come up with a play on third down or come up with an interception, or get that turnover, kind of doing the things at home on the road today that Dallas usually does at home.
Yeah.
And so, it's you put a lot of hope and you think maybe things are going to fall for you right this year. The way that the Eagles played down the stretch, you win the division, you get the second seed, you get to play a team that just really just snuck in, the last couple of weeks of the season. but they were a team that really they came in, like I said, with a great plan. Got a young play caller. I mean, they've had some frustrations on that. That coach has had some frustrations at Green Bay in playoffs as well. Yep. That guy's lost some divisional games,
they also
championship
can't beat
games.
San Francisco.
Yeah, that is they've had some tough things, but you're right about the Dallas Cowboys right now. That it's just. And you just wonder.
Man, I'm going to cry tonight. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to cry. I'm going to flat out cry with this.
Not going to say anything about. I haven't given any thoughts right now. This, that, and the other.
We going to cry together, man.
Days, they will sit down and have a discussion of just the things that you just talked about. How do you have so much regular season success? How do you find the ways to win the division? How do you have things set up the way it is, and then you lose to the 7th seed?
Yeah,
those are the questions that Mike McCarthy is now going to have to answer to Jerry Jones when they meet at the end of the year. And, that'll be in the coming days. It's probably not going to happen right now, but, in the next few days, you will start to hear things about going forward, what this organization needs to do, not only with the players they currently have or players they need to get under contract, and also this coaching staff. And Dan Quinn, he's also involved in some stuff, too, of possible interviews. Mm-hmm. So this thing can completely change when it's all said and done.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of changes made.
Yeah.
I would imagine. 877-881-1053, the number to call, the number to text. I mean, nobody was good enough. Your quarterback was not good enough.
Well, today he wasn't good enough.
It's a shame because you look at the entirety of the season, CeeDee Lamb, arguably the best receiver in football.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, the first half, he's got a third down opportunity lined up against Quay Walker. That's a matchup you want.
I don't want to hear none of this.
Open. You get the
I hear Mike McCarthy on the radio, man. Y'all pull him over. Pull his audio in.
Plays that it seemed like they were making, they did not make.
What channel that is? I might go to that channel.
And it just wasn't good enough. I mean, the performance today, really, really poor. And I'm sure in that locker room, they're looking at each other saying, "Guys, this was a bleep show." That we don't recognize ourselves right now because that wasn't the team we had seen at home for the majority of the season. Man. All right, let's go now to the phones as we've got the voice of your Dallas Cowboys, Brad Sham. Brad, after
I blame Brad, man. Brad called this game and he said that this was going to happen.
Cowboys. None of us are feeling good right now, Brad. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's a football game, so let's keep things.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Yeah, that's. I can't remember a playoff loss more humiliating. We made a list. We're trying to make a list during the game, beginning of the fourth quarter, of really disappointing playoff losses.
The week of preparation.
If you lose the Super Bowl, that's disappointing, but you made the Super Bowl.
All right, hold on, Brad. I'm pause you right quick. Hold on.
We clearly picked the wrong day to have a bad day.
Made it to the championship game. I think there are.
Dak had been playing at such a high level for such an extended period. Him and CD especially, just about his game and start tonight just seemed to be.
Well, I think like anything, you're always trying to get your quarterback into a rhythm. It took a little longer than I would have liked. And then we had the 2 turnovers that factored into points. We didn't slow them down on defense. And once again, we did some good things in the return game. But like I said, there's we didn't get it done in any of the phases.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Where you going? No, you got to talk some more, man. Where you going?
We've talked about it a lot, Sam. I like Mike McCarthy. I've defended Mike McCarthy. He won 12 games, 3 straight years in the regular season. But after being embarrassed like this on your home
Get
field,
rid of Mike right now, man.
I think Jerry Jones has to think about making a change. Jerry doesn't want to have to do that.
Gotta make a change.
Bring in here. But if he can convince Jim Harbaugh, for example, to come in and coach this football team, it's
Get
hard
Jim
for me
in
to
here,
argue
man.
against making that move.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this all week. I said to you, Mike, I think
he coached up Mozzie. Maybe he can do something with Mozzie.
That they need to think about a coaching change. It's not to say that the body of work that McCarthy has led this team to in the regular season doesn't mean something, but ultimately for this franchise and for the history of this franchise and what it's all about, you got to go deep in the playoffs. And once again,
got to go deep.
They got knocked out.
Cowboys just demolished at home here by Green Bay as the playoffs open and the season closes for Dallas. Our Jeff Kolb is with us here at AT&T Stadium and has more reaction from the Cowboys. Jeff?
Yeah, guys, I was there watching as Jerry Jones did his customary stroll down towards the locker room. Disappointed, as you might imagine. He went in for a short time. He came back out. Before any questions were asked, he said, I don't want to get into any speculation.
Man, I need to fall out of the chair, man. And don't y'all call 911 this time. Let me fall out, man. I'm going to be laying out over here, man.
Fell apart in this game. He basically said he was just shocked that this happened. The only thing he had been planning on was another Cowboys game next week. Here they are instantly with this season over. You know, you have to think about the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, Jerry was in his early 50s. He's now 81 years old.
80!
It's this record 13
It's his fault.
playoff appearances. The Cowboys have not made it to an NFC title game. And there are some very interesting, as you just mentioned, coaching candidates out there, like a Jim Harbaugh, like a Bill Belichick. Here's a little bit of what Jerry was willing to offer.
Give me some Jim, man. Give me some gems, man.
About the coaching possibility. Take a listen.
Every step of the way today, I was looking for the end of the game with us being able to go forward and have another game here next week. Everything I looked at today. The plays themselves were almost a blur to me. I was just thinking, how do we get to where we can have another game here next week? And so I haven't given it that type of analysis or look-see or what have you. This one's burned into our soul out here tonight. And,
how you think we feel, man?
Green Bay got a great win.
With the coaching process and how that plays out, given the fact that some teams have already been going through interviews with other candidates, can you just discuss being in that scenario?
Yeah, that's no issue. That's no issue at all, and at all. The fact that coaches have interviewed, not interviewed, I'm not being trite, but there's...
They need to change that process, too.
Something coaches on 32 teams, so there's 1,000 coaches out here that are some way or the other a part of, and that's just the ones in the league, not the 10,000 that are out of the league. So there's a lot of coaches.
So, Jerry, discussing a little bit there the process of a potential coaching search. You know, so many coaches were fired on Monday right after the end of the regular season. Guys like Bill Belichick have been available, potentially interviewing with other teams. We've heard the Falcons mentioned there. So if he wants to make a change, you have to move quickly. McCarthy now 11-11 all-time in the postseason. Bill Belichick 31-13 with 6 Super Bowl titles. Mike, Sam, and I will have much more from this Cowboys disaster coming up tonight on Free For All. More Fox 4 News right after this.
Man, all right, so I'm going to keep y'all in the loop of all that on the news channel, man, but I'm still hurt, dog. I'm hurt, man. This hurt right here, bro.
DeMarcus Lawrence being distracted by that stuff. I don't see Gilmore and Lewis being distracted by that stuff. I don't see Odigizua being distracted by that stuff. And so I really don't think that's a part of what happened.
Brad Sham with us here in the official postgame show of your Dallas Cowboys. You know, the questions heading into the offseason, you're absolutely right. What is top of mind for you when the questions are asked about this Cowboys team after 2023?
This is as unfair in the big picture as it can get. But if you put yourself in the position of being the owner and the general manager, you have to make sure you have the right head coach.
Quinn has to go
He's
too.
already done things.
Whoever drafted Schoon and Mozzie can go too. This was BS. They were talking about 2 home games, but you have to win the first game first. DQ, and Doc are not the answer.
I can't get mad at your super chat.
He's not here
for anybody
to
who
be the first one to say it.
I can't get mad at your super
They're trying
chat.
to win a championship and not get knocked out in the first round. And believe me, they're tired of it.
Right.
And so when you have some people out there who, I mean, I think he'd be a bad businessman if he did not say to himself, I would say not just Jerry, but, you know, Jerry, Stephen, Will, if they didn't sit there in a room and say, do we have the right head coach? Do we have the right schemes? Do we have the right coordinators? Do we need to change that? Because we're going to have to change some players. That's inevitable. Right. So I think those are the questions that they have to answer very quickly so that they can go forward with personnel decisions.
Brad, thank you again.
You can say it's unfair to McCarthy, and that might be true, but I also think it's
life's not fair.
Max and Brad, thank you again for giving us your time after every post game.
Yes.
Get home safely. I know we didn't want it to end so soon, but you're the best, my friend, and take care. We'll catch up to you, I'm sure, in training camp.
I always enjoy it. Talk to you soon.
There he goes, the voice of your Dallas Cowboys, Brad Sham, brought to you by WinStar, as the casino of the Dallas Cowboys win.
I'm taking that here we go sound drop off of my board. I can't play that. I can't play that. I know I ain't gonna play that. No more. No more. Here we go. I don't want to hear it. We went. We ain't here we go no more. We went. Man, this hurts, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we just rip the cord off, roll that thing up, and let's just do away with everything that we talked about all year, man. I'm going back to Oxnard. I'm telling y'all, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth of this whole thing. I might not be old and gray like Jerry Jones, but I've been following this team before he purchased the team. So I can't stop loving something that I fell in love with before he absolutely bought the team. So I get it. I understand it. But I'm going to still support my boys. We still them boys. I'm not finna run off from the team. But the reality of it is that this dude don't put us in situations as it relates to the things that we need to do. The NFL need to stop that too. We get all the way to the playoffs, and all of a sudden the teams that didn't make it to the playoff, they want to all of a sudden interview the people. Look, they need to stop that. That's like tampering. The NFL need to say, hey, with all of the interview requests or anything, that could be after the Super Bowl. All Dan Quinn had to do is focus in on the Green Bay. And I'm glad from my guy Brian Broaddus and the other guy with him. I forgot his name at the tip of my tongue. But I'm glad that they mentioned that you got to throw in that is some distraction. It is. I don't care what y'all say. That is some distraction. Think about it. All of these good teams that win the playoff, all of these people being pulled here, pulled there, that throws you off. You said fraud fans keep supporting. Look, hey, I feel you with that. But just because you got a weak heart don't mean that we supposed to have weak hearts. We are die-hard Cowboy fans, meaning that we love this team. If I liked the team, I could have been moved on. If I kind of looked at this team as an associate or just like something that I can just get money off of, I would have moved on and I would have just did something else. We'd be talking Texans right now. But I love this team. So that's unconditional. Ain't no conditions tied to it. See, you might be looking at it that this team, the only way you would like to support this team if they win. No, I'm looking at it like, hey, I'm blue. That's one of my vices right there. And one of my vices right here, ladies and gentlemen, is that when Law Nation say he gonna do something, what Law gonna do it? Even if it was 20 shots, I would have took 20 shots. If I'm laid out and said, hey, I'm going to be there at the appointment at 10 o'clock, I'm going to be there at the appointment. I'm going to do the things that I'm supposed to say, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to do it. I do the things that I say that I'm going to do. That's the difference between me and anybody else that's watching. I do what I say I'm going to do. The Cowboys don't. So when I tell y'all, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, I'm going to do that. I'm not giving y'all no false thoughts over here, no false hope. I give y'all my all over here. And there's one thing that I can tell y'all for sure, that this damn team that played tonight didn't give us everything. They didn't fight for every yard. The only time that we saw some passion was Jimmy Johnson at the halftime speech. Somebody let me know if I'm lying. And that's my advice right there, is that I would tell y'all that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. They don't. They don't.
Better.
They don't. The only passion that we got in this entire game was watching Jimmy Johnson. I had it on mute. I wish I could hear the words that he was saying. They were sitting there like they glad. Do you think I'm glad? Yeah, $2,000, yeah, $2,000, that's good. Yeah, wee. I don't give a dog about this $2,000. If we don't win the game, man, this team look like, okay, well, hey, this is where we supposed to be. They marched 75 yards on their opening drive and put 7 on our faces, man.
ARP.
They went into our house and said, okay, this is where your food at. Okay, we going to go in your fridge. Hey, take your shoes off. No, this is my house now. Packers own Dallas right now. They own Arlington right now. And even when we go up there, they own that spot. They got every word to say that right now. That's what they did. This your couch? Hey, take your shoes off. No, they put their shoes all over our couches. This ain't right, man. We didn't put up a single fight tonight. So all of this stuff right here, this word right here, this don't even apply to this team. When they said, hey, we came on a mission. It's capture or kill. Kill what? Who you captured? Who did you kill? You captured all of the fans, all of the attentions in the minds of the people, and you killed their dreams and hopes for this season. You killed us. You didn't kill a single Green Bay Packer. They came into our house at our events with Green Bay stuff all over them, and they came in cocky and bold. And there's not one person probably in that locker room is mad and angry and upset like I am right now. What they say, y'all shucks, we're going to get them next time.
The Packers, aided by 2 penalties, take the opening possession and drive for a score.
2 big penalties, and that really has been the theme of the Cowboys season. When it comes to the penalty issue, that was not one that we felt would get corrected. And it certainly didn't today, as that is one of the many reasons the Cowboys had arguably the most embarrassing, disappointing playoff loss in the history of the franchise, 48-32. Their season comes to an end with a thud against the Green Bay Packers. Zach Wolchuk alongside the Super Bowl winning scout Brian Broaddus. Dak Prescott is talking to the media right now. We will get that to you. But Jerry Jones just finishing. I know a lot of people wanting to know, what does Jerry have to say after this one? Here is your owner and general manager.
I don't have any comments or questions or answers for how and why we didn't do what we wanted tonight. I say this to our fans, how much you deserve us to not have this ending. I certainly in no way have spent any of my time over the last 3 hours asking how and why. What I'm zeroed in on is the fact that I thought we were in a position, everybody in this room thought we were in a position to advance this thing in the playoffs and maybe get as far as our dreams might take us. We didn't do it. I don't have any thoughts about the reasons why or anything to do with the coaching, anything to do about the players. I want to give Green Bay a lot of compliments and credit.
So the coaching was okay. It's the players.
One of my most surprises since I've been involved in sport, period. So this is that degree. I know how disappointed everybody is. That's all my comment.
In terms of playoff losses, where does this one rank for you?
Well, I don't have
Well,
really,
make one.
I can't reach back and look.
Make
at a
one. Make your ranking now.
But this seems like the most painful.
Hell yeah, it's painful.
Because we all had such great expectation and we had hope for this team, and thought that we were aligned in great shape, and it didn't happen for us, and it's as fresh on me right now as it is on anybody else. But I won't get into any of the addressing of any aspects of it, any part of it, from the coaching to the players to what's around the corner. On a personal basis, I'm floored, and so not that there's any world's smallest violin for me being floored. I get that, I understand that, and I know where the responsibility starts and ends, and I've got that real clear, and I know that. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm disappointed for everybody.
When will you sit down with Mike and kind of talk about everything?
I haven't thought about that.
Jerry, are you concerned at all that your comments last week in Washington may have been a distraction for Mike McCarthy?
Have what?
That your comments last week in Washington may have been a distraction for Mike McCarthy?
No, not at all.
For people and the fans specifically who might want to have questions about the head coaching direction, whether it's Mike McCarthy or moving forward, do you find it's important to give yourself time, or do you think that you'll be making a decision sooner rather than later?
When I think about it, which I haven't thought 1 second about it, I know how hard, how much it meant to our fans to advance. What this loss to me means, again, I opened up by saying not how, why, who didn't do what, all of that kind of thing. The only thing that was on my mind almost this entire game was not an analysis of our strategy, not an analysis of the play. It was, do we get to play here again next week? And we can't. And that could have happened by a point, or it could have happened the way it happened out there. And that's all I'm thinking about, and that's all I've thought about. And it is real, and we'll dismiss our group, our team tomorrow. That's as real as it gets.
A very disappointed Jerry Jones after a 48-32 Cowboys loss at home to the Green Bay Packers. Jerry, brought to you by the National Medal of Honor Museum. Join the mission at mohmuseum.org, and AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Zach Wolchuk and the Super Bowl winning scout Brian brought us back here at the Miller Lite Club, joined by our Cowboys insider Bobby Belt. Bobby, man, we just heard from Jerry there. Your initial thoughts from listening to the owner and the general manager?
I mean, this is clearly as disappointed as he's been in a long time. I think it's the fact that he talks, I think, is important, because a lot of times when he's either too angry or too depressed about something, he just will not talk. So that means he at least feels like he was able to compose himself a little bit to talk about those things. But man, I don't know. I think that this coaching staff is going to look very different in about 48 hours. That's what I think. And there's a lot to be settled here, and you do not have the same vote of confidence that you've heard given to the head coach over the last year. Is that sometimes we feel like, what's that language he's using? This time around, he has not had a problem saying, no, he's great, I'm going to be back, or we're going to do this or that. He didn't say that tonight. He said, I haven't thought about any of it, and I'm not going to comment on any of it.
Do you think in the coming days, Bobby, and we all know Green Trash Bag Day is tomorrow, they will go in there, they will have their exit meetings, their exit physicals, they'll collect their belongings, the ones that are on one-year deals or contracts are up will remove their stuff, and this team will look remarkably different. But do you think in the coming days, does Mike McCarthy have to go into Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and sell himself on why he should be back?
I don't think that this is something that's within his power. I think if they want to do it, they're going to do it, and I don't think they're going to say.
Is that because? Do you think that's because maybe some of the candidates that are out there right now, if and I think like long shots like a Bill Belichick,
sure,
but a Mike Vrabel, somebody like that. I mean, is this, or maybe there's somebody else that they're looking at? But I wonder, are they going to? Would they take their time on this, or are we going to in the next coming days? You'll say, no, we had our meetings. We're going to go forward. we'll see what happens with Dan Quinn and him going somewhere.
You know, it's interesting. They didn't take a lot, or they took a methodical approach with Jason Garrett when they finally moved on from him. Remember out there at the Star
he got
for
to stay in his
4
office.
days in this weird
exactly,
limbo spot.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know if this would be as difficult of a decision for them. It may not even be a difficult decision at all. Maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it and he hasn't made anything. I just think that what you saw out there on the field is completely unacceptable. And I think Jerry probably believes that's completely unacceptable. And there was a lot of, let's be honest, second half of that game, there looked like there was a lot of quit on that field.
Yes.
That there wasn't a lot of interest in, running out the ground ball to first base. This is something where a lot of guys, and it started very early. What did we talk about all week? What did we talk about all year with this Cowboys team? Is dumb penalties, attention to detail, the little things. And right out of the gate, okay, you get a sack, but there's an illegal contact. You get down the field, you got them in a 3rd and 7. DeMarcus Lawrence jumps offside, then they get the touchdown. You get the Sam Williams penalty. You get the Dak interception. It's just and what did we see on the second interception from Dak? It is that classical. He didn't see him sitting there. It was
underneath.
Tunnel vision.
Yep.
And so, everything that has bit them in different moments throughout the season was all there tonight, getting them. And I think that it's a nice summation of what has been, a consistent 12-6 type of football team. They're the 12-5 team that's going to lose as soon as they get in the playoffs, and that is their MO right now. And there's got to be, I think, regardless of if Mike McCarthy stays here or the coaching staff stays here, there's got to be a shift in the culture.
Yes,
there's got to be some sort of change there, even if it's the same coaches in place. You have to change what has become, what is a culture that it feels like has led to several years now of just poor discipline, moments where there's questions about toughness or whatever, or in terms of physicality. I just think there's a lot of questions here that need to be answered, and I don't know that you can get all the answers you want to those questions by just saying, let's run it back.
What were some of the things, you talk about the performance in the game itself as we kind of dive through that, but what were some of the most surprising things that turned out in this game? Because I don't think any of us saw the defense. One, they didn't collect a sack for the first game all year. Defense was terrible, but offensively, at least we felt, all right, they might be trending in the right direction, especially Dak and CD. How bizarre was that the first half between the two of them?
Yeah, that was bizarre. Dak just looked, I'll say this, Dak looked rattled in the first half.
Did.
He looked, usually he's got steely nerves when he's making decisions. There's still a lot of confidence. He did not look certain of what he was seeing out there. And
what could have rattled him going into a game like this?
I don't
Come
know.
on, man.
Because we talked about how you would attack Green Bay. And really the plan that Green Bay used against you to attack the middle of the field, you should have been attacking the middle of the field for.
But they didn't attack the way we anticipated. They went out there and they tried to run the ball early, and even after they started falling down, they were running on 2nd and long and running into now we're in 3rd and 5 situations. And look, their 3rd down efficiency wasn't the biggest problem tonight. I think at one point tonight they were 7 of 10 on 3rd down. I don't know where they finished for the game, but the 3rd down efficiency wasn't the problem. But just in general, this felt like a game where we're you can go on the attack and you can take advantage of some things here, and they didn't do that. They tried to do some different things with the run game for some reason and allowed themselves to fall down, and then allowed Green Bay to say, okay, we're just going to keep letting Aaron Jones do what he does to you. And man, this is just consistently I know we are all big fans of Dan Quinn and what Dan Quinn's done for 3 years here, but this is a game that Dan Quinn's got to wear in a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
He got out-coached tonight. They all got out-coached.
Well, that's what I had one of my NFL
out-coach,
guys on my gang of sevens
there's no salary cap as related to coaching.
From this, how do you, if you're a team, how do you sell Dan Quinn? After something like this, but
you can't sell Dan Quinn.
It's a shame that one game like this. But, they just did not have any answers tonight for Green Bay's offense.
No, and it was something where it was just, again, I think when you watch it, you see bad penalties, low IQ reads at times. You see
just breakdown of lack of coverage. Just lining up and covering somebody.
Look, the touchdown, was it Musgrave that caught that touchdown?
Oh my God!
There was nobody within 40 yards of him.
Right.
There's no way that should happen
because you worry about interviews.
Instances of just Jordan Love kind of hanging around, dropping back, and then throwing off his back foot on a 3rd and 8, and then he's throwing to somebody who has nobody around him. It just felt like it felt like a thoroughly unprepared football team.
Yes, and you're right, and I know we're up against it, and you don't want to overreact to one game, but is it just today, though? I mean, you look at the big games this year that this team played, that was the knock on them. They couldn't win the big games. They got killed in San Francisco. Defense was bad. Offense was bad. Dan Quinn was not good. Buffalo, defense was horrible. Offense was also bad. Dan Quinn was not good. I don't think it might be an isolated one-game incident. If you look big picture against the better teams, they didn't show up.
Well, the Detroit game, though, with the
Detroit
exception
at home,
the exception of the final drive.
Yes.
They played really well against Detroit.
They did.
Maybe we still fumbled inside our own 20.
Yeah, they have had several instances,
we had
though,
some
obviously, where
weak moments.
The defense has not stepped up when you need them to most. And like I said, there were a lot of silly things. I'll tell you what surprised me. The very first 3 plays of this game, I was like, this might be a difficult game for Green Bay.
Yeah.
They had 3 negative plays on their first 3 plays. They had DeMarcus Lawrence stop in the run. Then it was Jordan Love
David Moore,
which
Dallas
got
Morning News.
reversed by the illegal contact.
After what this team did at home this year and the last 2 years, just how do you put into words the frustration with your performance individually and also this team when it wasn't able to do?
Can y'all hear audio?
Yeah, I mean, frustrated, as you just said, is the great word for my play. The way that we came out here and we started this game and then just shocked, honestly. From the beginning of the game, we got
whooped our ass, man.
Beat. There's no other which way around it, no way to sugarcoat it. Obviously, I didn't play well, and shock.
Did you feel off early? I mean, even from the first throw to seed on 3rd down, obviously there was a connection there, but how did you feel going into the game, and why were you not in rhythm, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, no, I felt great. Wish I had that answer for you, honestly. Maybe my mind was moving, which I think in that sense a little faster than my body was, right? Just being prepared. And getting from one to another, maybe a second too fast or half a second too fast, and with that, right, the ball jumps a little bit more. Obviously, just we're talking about it. Knew I was going to have enough spin on the ball, right, in the sense about bringing it down, I guess, when I needed to, and didn't early. And then
man, we lost
by the time that I did, it was too late.
Dak, Todd Archer, ESPN. You guys have had these seasons before and have had this playoff disappointment. How do you get past this? What has to happen?
Wish I had that answer for you, honestly. I mean, yeah.
Calvin
Watkins.
They scared to talk to Dak, man.
As you know, there's going to be speculation about your coach and his status. Your thoughts about Mike and everything he's done this year?
Yeah, he's been amazing. I don't know how there can be, but I understand the business. In that case, it should be about me as well, honestly. I mean, that guy, I've had the season that I've had because of him. This team has had the success that they've had because of him. And I understand it's about winning the Super Bowl, and that's the standard of the league and damn sure the standard of this place. So I get it, but add me to the list in that case.
Ed Werder, ESPN. What's it like mentally and emotionally to go from 3 hours ago you think it's all set up for you to go as far as you've ever been in the playoffs, and now you go all the way back to square one, off-season program, and all that to get back here again?
Yeah, it's a shock, as I said to begin with. Damn sure didn't think this is where we'd be. As far as anything, I can promise you, scheduling, myself, this team, this organization, that this would be it. Credit to those guys. They came out here and handled business, and no disrespect to those guys going in, but that was just the confidence that this group had and
they had a
what
whole
we've
lot of
done,
confidence.
and damn sure what we've done at home. So it'll take a little bit more time to digest it completely, to be honest with you, but stunned.
Stunned is a pretty good word to describe it. The confidence level was high, and unfortunately for the Cowboys, it turned into an early exit here in the 2023 playoffs. When we come back, we wrap up Cowboys OT and take a look to the future.
Yeah, man, my guy Kyle Yeomans, man, he's doing a great job over there, and
it's the new
he's a soldier, man. Salute the Prize Picks, man, for sponsoring this stream right here. I'm gonna go find me some ice cream to eat. Shit. catch up on my movies, man. If y'all didn't see Blue Eyed Samurai, that was a nice one. You know, y'all help me out. Y'all let me know what other movie I need to go see or a little series I need to go see. I heard the Kevin Hart movie is out on Netflix. I'm gonna try to do that. But man, this right here, man, I'm an optimistic guy, I'm a positive guy, but this dude, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys will not be in the Super Bowl, bro. Damn, it won't be in the Super Bowl, man. I thought for sure, man, that this was our year, bro. I thought for sure we was gonna figure out ways to, you know, be that goddamn team, man. G-O-T, not G-O-D. I said G-O-T, goddamn team. That we're gonna do something in the postseason, and it was the same old song, man. I'm. What else we supposed to do, man? Like, I thought for sure we finally had a defense, man, that was gonna be able to take the ball away from the opposing team to get some sacks here and stop the run. We don't have that. I thought for sure we were gonna be an offense with systems, principles, concepts, and it looks like it's the same. Can I cuss, y'all? Can I cuss, man? Yeah, y'all just let me know. Can I cuss, man? Can I cuss, man? Can y'all let me cuss one? Can I just use one cuss word, man? Oh my gosh, man. Damn is not a cuss word. I'm gonna just use damn. We the same damn team. Man, we the same damn team, man. No different. No different, man. And I fought my guy Big Game James over that. I said, no, we ain't the same team, man. We had the same issues, bro. Damn. It don't make no sense here, bro. It don't.
One up. We've got Barry Church, Isaiah Stanback, Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Yeomans.
Bring Nate Newton back,
Barry,
man.
I'll start with you.
That's a
What
nice
do you look
jacket Nate
toward the
Newton got
future?
on.
What's the number one question you want answered?
You know, how did they get over this hump? You know, they got a lot of cornerstone pieces on this team, pieces that you can build around, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Now they got to figure out, how do they get over this hump? How do they take the regular season to the postseason? That's the biggest answer they need to question, or they need answers to going into this
That's a
offseason.
long time, Barry.
More specific in regards to the coaching staff, and I'm going to go ahead and look directly to the defensive side of the ball. You know, are you going to be able to retain Dan Quinn? Because if you can't retain Dan Quinn, a big part of this
let him go. I don't want to see no more Dan.
Yeah, I just feel like it's right here, man. You have to. This thing have to hurt to a point. I'm talking about players forget.
It hurts me.
You have to hurt as a player so bad. So when you come back next year, you're willing to do anything that is asked of you that was in reason to be the winner that you need to be.
Well, in the final words of Dak's press conference here, where he said, "I don't know." It's not right. Like, I don't necessarily want to say the words on television.
Yeah.
He's upset. Everybody's upset. Everybody's disappointed. It was arguably the most disappointing loss in playoff history for the Dallas Cowboys, but it is the case, and the Cowboys will go back to training camp in a couple of months and try it again in 2020.
Man, they all can go, man. My guy Darius, man. Look, I owe him. I owe Darius $200. Darius, I'm gonna tighten you up because I said, was it 150 or 200, something like that? That we don't go to the NFC Championship game. Ah, my gosh, man. Well, at least Prize Picks gonna cover that for you, Darius. I ought to raise it to 450 or something like that. But here, it's crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy, man. Like how do we? New coaching, man.
I don't even think the players even showed up. You got what I blame the coaches. It all starts up from the top, from Jerry Jones. As long as he's in control of everything, we'll never get to any kind of playoff or a Super Bowl. And then it goes down from the coaching to the players. No one showed up today. It was just awful looking at that game and trying to see what we could have done better.
Thank you for the call, Kevin. I appreciate it, man. And you know, we'll see. There'll be changes made. And we'll see the changes in the coming 24 hours, maybe, or what happens going into the offseason.
Longer, yeah. I think they'll be longer on that.
Take a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, heck, they let go of Jason Garrett, and he hung around his office for like 4 or 5 days, kind of like, taking calls and still like making copies and stuff when even they'd said, hey, by the way, Jason, you're no longer with us here. So, yeah, don't expect anything to be done very quickly here, on the Dallas Cowboys side of things.
Let's go to Kyle in Big Springs. Kyle, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Y'all's always spot on in y'all's analysis, and I appreciate the job that y'all do. But I'm going to use my wife's famous line, you can't be disappointed if you don't expect anything. And y'all pretty much laid it out. It's become the normal. What we do expect. And y'all have even pointed out the reasons to expect a loss. We lead the league in penalties. And, it's like I told my sons, if they go to Buffalo and they go to Miami and show that you're their team, then you got something to, be disappointed about if they lose in playoffs. But when you can't go and put up a showing there, then, it's just – there's a lot of issues that they got to look at in the off season, and I appreciate y'all.
That's a good caller right there. Good caller.
Appreciate you.
No, thank you, Kyle.
Now, we got some stress relievers, man. Salute to Rogue Shop for sponsoring this stream as well. We do have some stress relievers. Be sure to check out rogueshop.com and check out they got some mushroom stuff, man, that can get you right in the right moment. And I'm gonna tell you, right here, utilizing some of this in your coffee, man, that will get your focus and your mindset together. Also, with rogueshop.com, you can go there and use promo code LAW. And you got your vitamin B12 in the loop that you can get that going for your focal and mental capacity. And on top of that, as well as we have the THC brand of 240 mgs, Delta 9 THCs that you can actually get. And let me tell y'all something about this product right here. As you can see, don't just try to say, man, this ain't going to do nothing for me, man. I take a handful of these and they be all right. But I'm going to tell you, man, it's right here, bro. It will take you to the other side of your mind to focus and relax just a little bit. Cowboy Nation, as we look back at everything, be sure to check out rogueshop.com and use promo code LAW and get lifted with me. Cowboy Nation, as we talk about this, where do we need to go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Where do we need to go from here? Yeah. It was that Delta 8 ain't going to cut it, man. Yes, indeed. What about 9? What about the Delta 9? What about the Delta 1 million, Linebackers, fire everybody, man. Oh, so many penalties. Mike Tomlin. Look, y'all trying to give Mike Tomlin a situation and a chance to get here. And Mike Tomlin, hell, they might win the Super Bowl this year. They might win the Super Bowl, man. Leave Mike Tomlin where he at, man. It'll be weird. It'll be a different day. We see a brother up in there from the Jones administration over there coaching this team from left to right. The way Tomlin handled everything is a whole different generation of thoughts if he come into the building. Rebuild mode already. Yeah. Fire Mike McCarthy and then get rid of Dak Prescott. So here's how, objectively speaking, even though I'm upset at Dak Prescott, and that's on a whole nother angle why I'm upset at him, by the way. I'm upset at him. I'm upset. If you're going to bring in a new coach, you got to allow him to see what he want to do, whether he want to be whether he sees himself, I can coach Dak Prescott to this level, or if he want to go into the fit situation of let's go and pick up the phone and pick up Russell Wilson or some crap. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to deal with that with coaching if the Cowboys decide to move on from Mike McCarthy as well as Dan Quinn. And you got to understand, do they want to update from within? Now, here's the thing. You get Jim Harbaugh. Didn't Jim Harbaugh took was it Kyler Kaepernick? Was it Tyler or Kyler? What's his name? Kaepernick. He took Kaepernick to the Super Bowl. Was that Jim Harbaugh? Was that Jim Harbaugh? So, yeah, if he could take if he took Cap to the doggone Super Bowl, I know we can figure out something. Shit. We need to figure out something, man. Oh, Colin Kaepernick. I call him Tyler. Colin. Is it Colin or Kyler? I forgot his name. Cap, that's his name. He took K-A-P, Kaepernick. He took Kaepernick to the doggone Super Bowl. Yeah. Dak Prescott got a no-trade clause, right? Steven won't hire Jim Harbaugh, you know. Who do we need? Because I've seen Bill Belichick. Didn't look like Belichicky, you know what I'm saying? Come on with it. Dak is not a Cowboy, blah, blah, blah. Colin Nappy Neck. Oh, boy, you crazy, boy. Colin. Y'all leave him alone, man. Don't want Bill. He goes, give me one of them Harbaugh brothers, man. Give me John and Jim. Give me both of them. All right, so at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we got an identity crisis. Our defense don't know what they were out there today. We've been the juggernaut of a defense. We've been a juggernaut of a defense from week. Let me see who this is. Yeah. Hold on. We've been a juggernaut of a defense since what? Week 1, week 2, week 3 we had our scares. Week 4 we was like, all right, we beat the brakes off Bill Belichick team, and then week 5 we got our ass whipped against the 49ers, right? Yep. So I want us to be known by something. Whether we gonna be a dominant defensive team or a dominant offensive team. And what will be the quickest pathway? I think that our offense, we ain't gonna lose so many pieces that our offense gonna be crazy, right? But for sure, if we bring in some sternness, man, and some great stuff that are at least defense won't put up 40, get 40 points put on them. Or 30 points put on them, or 35. If I can have a defense to at least stop teams to at least 20 to 25 points, well, less than 20 points a game, and we okay. All right, so is it y'all come up with some solutions for this team, man? Oh my goodness, man. I'm still hot, man. Let me calm down just a little bit.
Jerry Jones making a decision and saying, you know what, I'm going to get somebody in here who is going to be a difference maker in these playoff games. Because Jerry feels like I've got a talented enough team.
Yeah.
I've won the division, 2 out of the last 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I kind of feel like that I've got a good enough team. And this year should have been a team that, with all that's going on in the NFC, you know, this was their opportunity. That's why I think he's so disappointed right now.
Right. I mean, you look around, there's been other years where there's Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the conference.
Yes.
And this year, I mean, you look up and there isn't. I mean, you've got what arguably is the best quarterback in the conference. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't believe in Brock Purdy. He's a product of the offense. He's a product of an excellent, talented team around him. Jared Goff, maybe Matthew Stafford is, sure. All right, sure. Stafford's won a Super Bowl, and Goff's had a great year, but there just wasn't that juggernaut quarterback or somebody that was standing in your way.
You beat the Lions,
yes,
and you beat the Rams,
So that's what really makes this thing just. And then also, 3 years, you never win a game when you're down by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You're never able to come back. I mean, there's something to be said about, we talked about Dan Quinn and his ability to make adjustments in game. When things aren't working for the offense, are there adjustments made? And your OC is also your head coach, so he's got to go ahead and ask questions for that as well.
The defensive coordinator was bad today, too.
Today he was.
He didn't really have an answer. He
No.
did not have an answer for what they were doing over there on the Green Bay side.
And it seems like the Achilles heel, if you go back, and I've seen a lot of people, mentioning this, but
I think Dan Quinn tapped out, man. Ain't no way Dan Quinn had to. He had to tap out, man.
Daniel and McVay, LaFleur is part of this, right? All of those guys have caused Dan Quinn's defense's problems.
Sure.
That system as a whole, he does need to find an answer for. All right, we'll get back to your calls and texts, plus Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, Dallas Cowboys football will continue.
We already fast forwarded and got those interviews, but man, ain't no way, man. I'm trying to figure this out, man. And I'm not sitting out here. Saying that we give grace and mercy to everybody, because this whole team played terrible, offensively, defensively. Only person that they gave us a good spark was my guy Cavante Turpin. Yeah, everybody, man. If Dan Quinn by Monday, by next week, said he accepted a position elsewhere, then I know what's up. And I ain't putting it on him too. Mike McCarthy, we get it. The only way he goes if he gets fired, right? I just don't like the aspect of us being in this position right here. Let me ask y'all this. And it's strange that now all of a sudden my stream is working perfectly on Facebook and YouTube after everything is said and done. Ain't that the craziest BS ever, y'all? Hey, are there any lags, any audio adjustment needed? Man, so they done bull jabbed me all, and they waited till the end of the year.
Shame.
Now the internet working.
Shame.
The speed is all good.
Shame.
See, I told y'all, man, that's a force within a force, man. Look, we all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. Come on, man. Like, all of a sudden the season is over. Now, all of a sudden... Man, they hate us, man. All of a sudden, man, I've been fighting this internet thing all week. I couldn't get YouTube and Facebook going at the same time. I done turned some stuff off, man. I done deleted a third of my hard drive and everything. And now all of a sudden, everything want to be smooth as butter. It's just crazy. Haters coming in clean now, Now everything clean as butter, 4K visible. Y'all can see the beard grow, snot coming out of my nose. They make sure, hey man, Law about to cry, so we gonna make sure everything works great now. All right, man. Now it's time, because we heard them rant, throw stuff. Now it's time for y'all. Now it's time for y'all to throw stuff and vent and rant. And it is 8:13 where I'm at. Normally I wanted to say, hey man, the phone line's broke. But I didn't even open up the phone lines during halftime, man, because that's how bad we were, And then I was trying to fix some other stuff around. So we're going to open up the phone lines, and hopefully, y'all say y'all pieces, and y'all jump in, y'all jump out. Now, don't be trying to.
There are 8 participants in the conference.
Don't be trying to be now.
All participants are muted.
Don't be trying to sit there and have marathons. Keep in mind that you got other people on the line. and that's not a guarantee that I'm going to get to all of y'all. So keep in mind, you say 1 or 2 points, but be courteous of your neighboring brothers, you know what I'm saying, and sisters.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for line. Keep it super thorough.
And the phone lines will be brought to you by Prize Picks. 657-390-7391. Now, you don't have to hold back on me and on the Cowboys. All I ask, man, is, I want to at least keep some of this remuneration, keep this monetization. So you need to say bull S, just say bull sugar. You know what I'm saying? If you need to say FUC, you already know that. Just say duck. You know what I'm saying? Duck, duck, goose. We get your point, man. Come on.
Son of God, not a son of Sam. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in.
I got the 4-3-2. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, 48 ducking points, man. That's sad.
Yeah, them ducking points, man. God, dog.
Yeah, but look, Dak's got to go. Let's see what the Trey kids could do. Michael Gallup, he's gone. The coaches, yeah. And what do you think be worth for Micah? If somebody, they'd have to offer a lot, but you could build a really good team if Micah wasn't there. He's good.
It's just like this, you just utilize him the right way and don't let him be the coach. You say, Micah, I get you what you can do on off ball. I get what you can do on online, but Micah is perfectly with this team, but you're going to have somebody that can sit Micah down and say, hey, either you're going to be podcast Parsons or you're going to be football Parsons, because we're going to need for you to be focused and locked in, bro, and I get it. We ain't trying to say to you the reason why we lost the game, but from a position of leadership, we need for you to be tuned into this, man. I wouldn't trade Micah, though. I wouldn't trade him. No. Would you want Micah? Would you want Micah on the Eagles?
You know what? Hell no. You know what? What else? We miss Diggs, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Yeah, man, we do miss Diggs, man. Appreciate you. Good call from him. All right, so, yeah, he played the game pretty well, man. He said ducking. You know what I'm saying? I got Dr. Q on the lines, man. Spit your mind. You're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks.
Hey, what's going on, brother? Dr. Q, man. Hey, just wanted to chime in real quick, man. Basically, man, hey, we got our butts kicked, man, plain and simple. But I've been telling you since training camp, and in particular week 3, don't have the personnel, man. We just don't have the personnel, particularly at linebackers, as I talk about all the time. If you go look at the teams like what the Ravens do, they go out and they take a chance with guys that are first-round picks, like a Raekwon Smith, like a Clowney. They go get those players for a reason, man, because those players can just flat-out play. They're not 215-pound linebackers. Next thing, Brother Law, I don't know if you want to even look at film right now, but if you decide to look at it, man, look at the routes that the Packers was running, man. It was just unbelievable, man. Receivers open everywhere. That's because you don't have the personnel to cover that, man. My next thing is, I know we're going to be picking around 25th. I don't know how Dallas is going to move up, maybe move up to 17. I don't know what you have to give up to get that. You may have to give up a little bit, but you got to do something. You got to get a true linebacker, man. And the last thing, brother, before I go, man, this game was so important, bro, because what I want everybody to understand is that next season, man, these doggone Commanders, man, they have $80 million to spend, and they got 3 first-round picks.
And
they have a decent team. Yeah, they getting ready to make some noise, man, with the money that they have and the first 3-round picks, man. Last thing, man, Jerry Jones will never hire a black coach. Let me say it again, fans. That Jerry Jones will never hire a black coach. And that's all I have to say, brother-in-law, man. Hey, man, again, I'm not calling from emotional anger.
Right.
We just got our tails kicked. Man.
Period, man. Hey, yes, indeed. And what we don't want to do is act out of anger, right? I'm learning that. I'm still learning that, right? We don't want to make movements out of anger. I think Parsons I think the world of Parsons, right? That there just need to be some small guidance, small things. And I get it. This could be just a new media world where these young guys, they get there, they talk on their podcast. I seen Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. They get into it. He had to log off and come back. I don't even mind that because it's two players, right? If Parsons want to do podcast Parsons next year, go at it. But bring on another player. Just bring on somebody that you go back and forth off of, so it won't be just straight his thoughts. That's all. Just get you a co-host or something, so it can alleviate some of the opinions and these sorts of things. I got, man, I always gonna own and eat my crow, and this dude all year, he kept it the same energy all single year. And I got no room to even fight against him, so I'm going to let him gloat and let him talk and do his thing, man. Darius, man, from the 214. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
How is you doing, Law? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing bad right now, man. Jeez. I never would thought, man, I didn't think we were going to lose this game, man. I can't stand Green Bay. I kind of looked at it like I thought for sure it was going to be like a shootout type of thing, but I didn't see them coming up with 40, how many points, 48, close to 50 points. Even if that gifted them a touchdown, I didn't foresee it that way, But damn, you was right, dog. You was right.
I want Jim Harbaugh. I want Jim Harbaugh. Yep, Jim Harbaugh. So all that shit. Excuse me.
Now you good?
Stuff, all them people, all y'all was up in there. If your team Mike McCarthy, put it in the chat.
All right, so go ahead. Let them put it in the chat. If y'all team Mike McCarthy.
Team Mike McCarthy.
Let me see if him in the chat. And if you team Dan Quinn, let me see DQ in the chat. Let me know, y'all.
So, and Law, by the way, my cash app is ALS. Excuse me. It's AL.
Hold on. Let me get my notepad out, bro. Give me 1 second here. You got to wait for me. You got to wait for me.
It's all good.
Hold on. All right, and it's somebody else too, cause y'all can chip in. Oh my God, Darius, right now,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He saw the future before he got it. So it's $. What is
$? AL.
A
as in Apple. L as in Lee. Then it's E as in Emmett.
Okay.
2 S's as in Smith. I as in Igloo.
Okay.
O. And then the number 21 as in Deion Sanders.
Hold on, make sure. O.
So
21. Okay.
So that come out to Alicio 21.
Alicio 21. So, hey man, look, I ain't gonna be the only one. Y'all pay this man up. I'm gonna put your cash app, man, in the chat too. So y'all pay this man.
And it's a list. I got because I know you pressed for time. I got a list of people that I was quote unquote arguing with.
No, it's your time. It's your time. Go. Give out the list.
But I got the list. Just know, $100,000. VIP. I ain't even get on his ass. I just started ignoring him. I just started ignoring his bum ass altogether. But I guess this a nation. It's a few people that I got on my list that I'm gonna get on y'all ass the next time I call in. I'm gonna tear y'all ass up. I'm gonna tear y'all ass up. But right now the point that I want to make is, and this is gonna be my only point. Law, remember the Cardinals game?
Yeah.
So we had lost that one.
We shouldn't have lost that one if we was a more disciplined team. We had 14 penalties, and I think that we still could have rallied and figure out a way to be more competitive. This game kind of reminded me of Cardinals game, but keep going. Try and get where you coming from.
That would have made us 13-4. The Eagles game, the first one that we lost, should we have lost that game?
No, we should have won that one.
That would have made us 14-3. The Dolphins game, should we have lost that game?
No, we should have won that one. Yeah.
That would have made us 15-2. my point is that this team, this roster, is an elite roster. This roster should have been 15-2, and we should have made it all the way to the Super Bowl. But because everybody loved Mike McCarthy so much, we so happy about being 12-5. But guess what, buddies? We should have been 15-2 in the Super Bowl with this roster. That's my whole point.
And to also elaborate on that, I think that Mike McCarthy was 15-1 one year after, with Green Bay, right? And they lost.
And they lost.
They ain't go to the Super Bowl. They ain't go to the Super Bowl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a Mike McCarthy thing, man, that you're going to win a lot of regular season.
That's all I've been saying. That's all I've been saying this whole time.
Appreciate you, man.
That's all I've been saying. So, yeah, there we go. I want Jim Harbaugh.
So let me read this again. It's A is $, A is Alpha, L is in Lima, right?
Yep.
Alpha.
Yep.
L is in Lima. E is in Echo.
Yep.
2 S's, right?
Yes, sir.
I is in India. O is in, O Tango or something, and 2-1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. O is in Oscar. I didn't want to say Oscar, though. But, yeah. All right, so.
This thing I'm going to say, too, Law. The one thing about Jim Harbaugh, he going to run that damn ball. You know how Mike McCarthy lied about that? You know how he lied about that. So he lied to y'all face multiple times. Lied to your face. We ain't going to believe him. Oh, you believe him now? Oh, okay. So he lied to your face. But guess what? Jim Harbaugh going to run that damn ball. And guess what? His defense going to be stout, too. So that's what I want.
Yes, indeed, bro. All right, man. Hold on. Stay still right quick. That's your personal phone, right?
No, let me see. 214-517-7498.
No, don't say the number. Shit, people, everybody gonna be calling you. All right, so let me just.
Mama.
Yeah. Don't you get out your number now? Shoot. Hold on. I don't want to dox you, okay? I just gotta type it in so I can be able to, when I send you something, make sure I got the right name. I don't want to go to somebody else. All right, good. You good to go, Darius, man. You hold it down, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I hate to give you all that time too, bro. I hated every bit of that minute, but that's my only problem. Wait a minute. We got 42 people in here, and we don't have all of that time. But I'm gonna get to all of y'all that I can. Okay, we gonna get to everybody that I can. And if you already called in, hang up, because we ain't finna be sitting around here double timing you. I got J May, man. You're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, brother.
Yeah, man, we tired of this, man. We are so tired of this. It's the same thing over and over again. Me, like myself, like you, like all these Cowboys fans, man, we tired. We spend all this money on going to games, on watching these games. I'm from Massachusetts, so I got to spend $300+ to get a package just to watch the Cowboys every year, which I don't mind.
Right.
And to get the way that these players reacted today, no heart, there was just no emotion. It was just, man, we deserve more than that. And we're fed up, man. And it's the same thing.
We deserve we deserve more than this, man. And the only thing is, it's only a few, right, that will fight for this moment. And I think we lost them. I think we're gonna lose like the Ryan Clarks of the world, the people that fight, because I know the 3-letter, 4-letter network. I don't condone or I don't recommend people to watch them all the time, but there's only a few. And right now, like the Mina Kimes of the world. Look, this is just going to be terrible. It's going to be like everybody against the Cowboys. This got to be a situation whereas the Cowboys going to have to clean house.
Sure.
Because what else you going to sell? What else can we sell?
Yeah. No, you're right. And it's the same thing over and over, though, with us. And I just don't see, I don't see us getting one of those coaches like a Jim Harbaugh or somebody because, Jerry likes those coaches that he can puppet. You know what I'm saying? And we need those tough coaches because we have no accountability. These guys just keep doing the same plays, these same penalties, and there's no accountability.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get one of those coaches. Jerry likes his puppets that he can just sit there and put his hand up the back of their shirt and just control whatever they do. So
yeah.
So man, yeah, well, I'm definitely, man, I'm down, but you know what? I still love my team, man, and back to the drawing board, brother.
Back to it, man. Good call from you, man. It hurts, man, and he's spitting the truth. Like, what can we sell at this point? What can I tell y'all right now? What can I give y'all right now? Is the simple fact that, man, I'm a DC for life, but, man, I got no other room to tell y'all what can else happen. Until next year, we going to win it all next year. That's the only thing I can give y'all. Only thing I can give y'all right now. But if Jerry Jones decides in his mind to say, hey, the last time he was 50 years old, in his early 50s, that's what the dude said. Early 50s is the last time we won a Super Bowl. He's 81 or 82 or if it'll be 83, whatever it may be. All he got to do is just sit back, bring in someone like my guy, Uncle Charles. You're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Talk to us, Uncle.
Somebody talk tomorrow or next week.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Charles, you're live.
Man, what's happening, man?
Hey, Uncle. Hey, you. It's all you. It's all you, Uncle.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna give my closing in a few seconds. Nobody is promised tomorrow. Nobody's promised next week. And now we got to all lay down with that disappointing feeling in our hearts again. Jerry Jones stayed out the way pretty much this year. But he's still the one that bought the groceries. He's still the one that have to pay the check. He still has to sign the check. Dan Quinn had a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl, and he blundered every point, and New England won the Super Bowl. I don't understand why Dan Quinn just couldn't make adjustments, and he had other big-sized linebackers, but he just wouldn't change. And then he stood up there in that press box up there and had a stupid-ass look on his face, like it's going to work in the next few minutes. Bruh, it ain't. It ain't going to work in the next few minutes. I am sick of this organization. I'm sick of this team. Dak had that he had that stupid-ass look on his face again. I don't know what we keep moving his mouth back and forth. When I see that, I know Dak ain't going to do nothing but throw interceptions. I already know this. I'm done. I'm tired of this organization. I'm tired of the way this culture is. And you talking about getting Bill Belichick. What Bill Belichick want to come to Dallas for? Why? He already like a modern-day masterpiece. That mean he come over there, he'll be dead over there on that damn sideline dealing with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. What the hell I want to go to Dallas for? I'll tell you what you need to do. You need to get a surefire coach. Mike McCarthy, I said on the Boston Body Show that we need another coach. I can't keep dealing with Mike McCarthy. And people call me all kinds of names. Call me Catnip and old man and all that. Where is these people at now? Ball up on their damn floor, crying. But I'm not that hurt. I'm just irritated because we don't change the narrative and we're not changing the culture. So let me say this in closing. Everybody's supposed to get grace and mercy. But the question, how much grace and mercy you give someone. See, when you got somebody that's smoking crack and you pull them in an environment where it ain't nobody smoking crack, and you get them the tools to help them think, then what do you supposed to do when they smoke crack again? Grace and mercy don't ran the hell out. We are tired as a fan base. And somebody made this, I'm going to say this code. Somebody said, well, I blame the fans too. Oh, well, maybe that might be true, but not all of us. You know why you don't blame all of us? It don't make no difference whether we right or wrong as fans. Right. Guess what? We go by the coffee mug. We go by the hat. We go by the drawers and the shoes of the Dallas Cowboys on there. So don't you blame this on the fans. This is your problem, your mess, Jerry. Clean it up. And that's all I got to say, player.
Yeah. Us Uncle Charles, man. Hey, he spit the truth right there. Great call from him, man. And in honor of Uncle Charles, man, this is what he said.
Sacrifice Don't give up the fight. Everything will be all right on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
All this Cowboys merch. All this Cowboys fame. Y'all can at least support Law Nation. Go to rogueshop.com and check out the website. Use promo code LAW. And if you're going through anxieties, if you're going through depressions, if you got sleep issues and things like that, they got stuff over there that can help you out. And if you need your vitamin D3s or even if you need your vitamin B12, you can check out Rogue Shop. And as well, we got fish oils. Fish oil is very essential to your body, mind, and soul as well. So check them out, rogueshop.com. The next caller on the line is Brandon from the 815. You're live on the Nation. How about them Cowboys, Brandon? Talk to me, man.
Can you hear me, Law?
Yeah, dog, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, you can hear me?
I can hear you,
okay.
Man. I heard you, dude. I heard you.
I want to turn up my phone so I can make sure I can hear me. Okay. So, I need all Dak fans to report to the front office. I need all of y'all. I need VIP. I need Lady Jessica. I need Warehouse Queen. I need $100,000, $50,000, $20,000. I need Law Nation. I need all of y'all to report to the front. Now, Law said, Brandon, we not gonna talk about Dak until the playoff come. When Dak was beating up on the Giants, beating up on the Washington Reds football team Commanders. When Dak was beating up on the Patriots, when Dak was beating up on all these garbage, sorry, dead dog teams, Law Nation and all the Dak fans, we got the in conversation. Dak is in the MVP conversation. We celebrate that and we ran with it. And I said, Law, I beg you, I'm pleading with you. Law, you a smart person. Please don't do this. That is who I said he was. I'm sorry. When the big game comes, he falls like a cheap tent, the one you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm sick. Let me say this first. Dak fans are not Cowboy fans. I'm going to say it again. Dak fans are not Cowboy fans. It's just a fact. They don't care about winning in the playoffs. They care about looking good in the regular season. Oh, my quarterback was in the MVP conversation. Oh, we got the best quarterback in the NFC.
I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do the rest of this stream for the flow, bro. Shit. Hey, I'm gonna say this though, bro. Hey, man. I don't got you muted, man. I'm just pissed off right now, man. Because if it was anybody I wanted on this planet to just play great and elite and not have not one spoiler, not one INT, I would have been able to go back and forth with you, but right now, I can't even say anything. I'm laid out on the floor. I wish I had another camera angle where you can see me on this floor laid out. I give you some more time. Keep going. I'm laid out over here. Keep going.
Okay, I'm going to paint the picture for you, Dak fan, for VIP. Hey, VIP, get up off your boy. Listen right now. So they went up 7-0. Dak did nothing. We got the ball back for Dak again. Dak proceeded to throw 2 interceptions, one that went back for a pick six. Law, it must be Groundhog Day. What did he do the year before? When I kept saying this, I kept calling in. Oh, I hate Brandon. Oh, Brandon just talk about the same thing. Brandon just talk about, hey, Where are them Dak fans that ain't low? Speak up for your boy. You did all that. Come on. I thought you was gonna have a question for me. Y'all did all of this crap. And let me say this because I know eventually Law gonna want to end this talk.
And close it.
So please let me say this. I'm officially saying today, after today, Law Nation, if you let anybody get on this phone call and don't say 2 and 5 Dak, I'm gonna Law. You not who you say you are, Law. You got to call him 2 and 5 Dak.
Wait a minute.
And another thing before I go. I want another quarterback. Give me Russell Wilson. Give me Kirk Cousins. Give me Justin Fields. Give me Josh Dobbs. Give me Mac Jones over Dak Prescott. He trash. VIP, Lady Jessica, Queen, all y'all. Go to bed and call it a night. Y'all suck too. All you Dak fans, go to bed. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Law. Shout out to Law Nation. I'm a real Cowboy fan. I've been there from the beginning. How about them Cowboys?
That boy literally dropped the load off at the end, did he? Damn, man. That boy did. That boy was like, oh. I'm laughing for keep from crying over here, man. Hey, man, this right here, man. I'm to the point right now that the Cowboys themselves is just. Hey, man, it's my daughter would say, man, clean up, everybody, everywhere, clean up, everybody do your share. You know, all I can say is, y'all, man, I got no words, man, for this team. We didn't come to play today, and it was sudden death. It was no way possible that we could get anything going. But I got my guy, man. I know he going to bring in some objectivity because my guy, Scott, man, he been rolling with me since day 1, too, man. And if anybody, man, can be waiting for a laugh or here and there, man, I'm going to let my guy, Scott, come on in, man. Come on in, bro. Talk to me, man.
Brandon sounded like he got a lot of spit on his phone after how he was talking. Yeah. Like you just look at his whole head, the whole face of his phone got a lot of spit on it. Let me. I'm a bit disappointed, man. I'm not even mad. I'm just more disappointed to see how the whole team played, to see the play calling, to see that you got 3rd and 2, and we going to Brandon Cooks. Now I believe that was a pass interference. There's three plays that happened early, 3 calls that happened early with the pass interference one on Brandon Cooks. They didn't call it, that turned into an interception. The DeMarcus Lawrence, bro,
offside,
the Ron Bland called that first drive. I think we was about to get them off the field. That was going to be like a 3rd and 9 or something like that. And we actually stopped them, but they called Deron Bland with a little tug on the jersey, and it's like, okay, great. But, man, I'm just big-time disappointed because I honestly believe this was it. We were playing good. We got the division, you know what I'm saying? We at home, and then, boom. Like, who the heck is this team, bro? Who the heck is it? You know what I'm saying? People that just want to see Dak fail, they're going to say, oh, it was on Dak. But that defense gave up 48 points, though. That defense didn't do anything tonight. I don't want to see Michael Parsons on another podcast until he wins 2 playoff games in a row. I don't want to hear nothing, dog. I don't even want to do no podcast for the rest of it. I mean, until next season, I don't want to do nothing.
Do you want him to do a recap of this game? Do you think he do a recap of this game, though? Do you think he do a recap of this game?
Bruh. Yeah, I believe he will, but I don't want to hear that crap, man. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like he need to put Cat Williams on his podcast so Cat Williams can tell him about how the Cowboys are looking like, so they can understand that, man, you really messed up the fans. I got a new jersey for the game, brother. I wore today, man. I wore my Dak Prescott jersey on, use my suited shirts, bro, ready for the game, referencing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you turn on the TV, maybe be ready to get home, and just like, I even took the night off, I took the night off to watch the game. I even tell nobody I was off. I said it's going to be me, my dog, and the TV. And I look up here, and it's 7-0. Okay, all right, we're going to shake that off. 14-0. Okay, we're going to shake that off. Nigga, 21? 20? Okay, you missed the field goal. 27-0?
That hurt right there.
I'm like, what? It hurt, bro. It really did,
right
man. I'm just,
It hurt, man.
Everybody on the timeline, everybody calling, texting, and everything like that. I don't have anything to say except but agree on. We play like trash. I got my jokes going here and there to try to ease the pain, but, bro, I got to wake up tomorrow and know that we don't have another game to play for the rest of the season.
So what you do now? What do you do? You the GM, you the owner of the team. What do you do? Do you get a new coach?
We don't get a new coach.
Do you run it back? You say, let's run it back. Do you run it back, Scott? Come on. Do you run this stuff back?
I'm gonna run it back. Yeah, I'm gonna run Mike back. You know what I'm saying? At least one thing is for sure. We know we're gonna get another chance to go to the playoffs. It's 12-5 for the past 3. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get linebackers, bro. We got to get linebackers. Yeah. We had opportunities to enhance, the running game and linebackers, but we didn't take that. We didn't take it. We know, as we say all the time, Stephen Jones. We love our guys. I understand we love our guys too, but we can use a little bit of help. So, hey, that's the end of the season, man. I don't even have the energy to go back and forth with anybody tonight, bro. Just like
man, I appreciate
I just had to call
man.
in because I know this might be the last time you hear me on the show. I text you here and there, but man, it's sad when my ex texts me, you know what I'm saying? And it just, I ain't have nothing to say to her. I normally crack a joke on how other her mama is, but I ain't have nothing to say. I just went ahead and just let her say what she had to say, bro.
Man, no doubt,
so
man.
That's all I got, Cowboy Nation. I'm disappointed. I'm hurting with y'all, but it's just like, man, I ain't got nothing, bro. Man. I ain't got nothing. At least my coach got 400 yards.
That's all day, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for calling in, Scott, man. Yes, indeed. Anything that I say here is the day of the game, and anything that I say probably tomorrow is the day after the game. So don't hold Law Nation to that if we can do that, right? So I'm subject to change my opinion once the team is going to be consistently changing. Here's what I'm going to say before I let B Bird on the line. It's going to be consistently changing depending on who wins the Super Bowl, what team goes to the Super Bowl. Like, my whole thought track will be differently, right? So y'all bear with me. It's going to be draft talk. We're going to try to figure out how to help, because that's what angle I come from, helping from afar, even though they don't listen to us completely. But it's going to be helping from afar. But don't hold my feet to the fire on my thoughts of this particular situation. All right? So whatever I say, man, just charge it to my beard or my head, not my heart, okay? All right, I got B Bird that's in the house, man. You live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix? Talk to me.
Hey, it's a tough day, all right, Law?
It's tough, bro. It's tough, man.
Hey, Law, so I would tell it's easy to take a micro view and look at this game and say what went wrong in this game, but I'm culture guy.
Okay.
I take a macro view. And I look at this thing and say, we have not been to the NFC Championship game, because people always say Super Bowl. But I say we haven't even competed in an NFC Championship game in 28 years. I'm going to tell you something. If you take 16 teams in the NFC, if you take 16 ping pong balls and pull them out randomly, that means that you should go once every 8 years, just by random numbers. The only way you can screw that up is if somebody goes in and messes with the numbers. That's the Joneses, man. So what I'm trying to say is the reason why we haven't been to an NFC Championship game is the culture that the Joneses have set. They will not let a coach come in and be the guy, be the face of the organization. They don't want that because they still trying to get credit for being football guys. And so if somebody say, well, that's not true. Well, they've only had 2 alpha coaches, that being Jimmy Johnson and that being Bill Parcells. The first one is Jimmy Johnson. Jerry Jones was too busy trying to get the finances right, so he let Jimmy Johnson work all the football stuff.
Right.
Well, when Jimmy Johnson worked all the football stuff, that's when we got all the championships. Well, then he wants to come back because Jimmy was getting too much credit for that. He wasn't getting any, and he got involved in that. And from that point on, man, the only other reason, and I'll tell y'all this, some of you young people might not know this, the only reason he hired Bill Parcells is to get the stadium
Yeah, the
passed.
stadium,
It's on
yeah.
video.
Yeah.
It's on video. He said that to somebody in the bar. And so the 2 times that he's got coaches in here that actually culture changers, it's the times that, one, he didn't know anything about it, so he hired him, and the second one was to get a stadium pass. Since then, man, he's been getting them yes-men coaches. But what we have to do, man, and this is one of the things that when I have been wanting Sean Payton for like 4 years, the reason why is it wasn't necessarily because of his X's and O's. It's because he brought in enough stuff to whereas Sean Payton could kind of go against the Joneses and build his own culture here. We need a football guy to come in and build a culture here, a tough culture. You're not going to – the Joneses can't build a tough culture. They're salary. They're the officers of the Army. Hey, man, hourly people and the grunts in the Army is the ones that build toughness, not the white-collar people.
Nope,
and what I'm trying
right.
to say, man, is that this organization is built in a fragile manner, and that's just what it is, man. These guys get too many accolades just by being the Cowboys. You see,
and you're spitting the truth though, because I remember being an hourly employee, right? And you're gonna work being an hourly employee, and when you're a frontline employee, you gonna work. You know, they call it frontline. You know, but your leadership and your control is there because it's real, right? So when you get into a other position, they tell you, they say, hey man, you're doing a little bit too much work there. You know, they even tell you that when you move up in the higher rankings. They hey, you doing, even though you can do the better job, they'll tell you, hey, pull back a little bit. Gotta let the hourly or the frontline workers do it. And I get exactly where you're coming from with your analogy there.
This team is not built off grit and
No
guts,
grit.
man. That's why when tough things happen like today, we get bad starts, man.
Yeah.
We go downhill. We're a front-running team, man.
Yeah.
We don't know how. The 2 teams in this league right now that are tough teams are the San Francisco 49ers and Baltimore Ravens. What did they do? San Francisco went to Philadelphia and punched him in the mouth in Navy Stadium.
Yeah.
They could take it anywhere. Another team, Baltimore, they went to San Francisco, punched him in the mouth. 2 things that team is built on. Those teams are built on tough defenses and tough running games. It's the opposite of what we have. We're built on passing game and getting after the quarterback. And I'll say this before I leave, man. I am a Parsons fan, but let me say this here. In our last 3 playoff losses, he has not made one significant play. And what we need to do, we need a coach to come in here, a Belichick-type coach, and say, hey, man, all that stuff y'all doing, these other stuff that's not football-related players, that's got to go. And that's why I need to be a Bill Belichick to me, man. And I'm going to let you go, Law, because you got more folks to talk to, man. I just wanted to get that out, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling in, man. All right, and boy, we got a lot of people in here. I'm gonna try to get to everybody possible. The line is still long.
The conference has been locked.
We got the news, and then I'm gonna give y'all who we have in order, so people won't think I'm passing up on them. And it's a lot of people. I know you guys may have called in, but it is a ton of people that's in. So I'm gonna get the Nooch, and then we got Noop everywhere. Okay, so the Nooch, man, you live, man, on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix, man. Talk to me, man.
Well, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm pissed.
Pissed off. Me too, man.
Royally pissed.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Because what better shot do you have in an NFC this down with a quarterback that was playing at the highest level we've seen him play, and they made us buy in to the same old thing that they always make us buy into. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Why is Dan Quinn running this soft zone coverage on 3rd and long instead of what we're the best at, and that's man-to-man?
Talk to him, man.
Why are we trying to establish the running game when they came out and punched us in the mouth with Jordan Love? We need to come back with it with Dak and Fergie. Dak and Ferg up the seam was the play, was the key of the game, and they missed the mark. What is that, Law? That's called coaching, my boy.
Yeah.
They weren't ready to play. They weren't ready to fucking play. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you
sorry,
good.
Law.
You good.
I didn't
you
mean
good.
I didn't mean to,
no,
dog.
you good.
I'm
you good.
frustrated, man.
They wasn't ready,
Yeah,
man.
It's so simple to see. Everybody on here spitting is exactly correct. I'm gonna say this about my boy Dak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, because we already know there ain't no logistical reasons that we're gonna let him go. It's gonna cost too much. It's gonna put us in too big of a hole.
Yeah.
So get ready for Dak next season. The only question is who can come in and coach this team and change this culture, just like the last caller said. Because if we can't change this culture to where we are soft, and I'm going to say it too, if Michael wants to go, let him go with Dan Quinn. We're going to get some of them Seattle picks, though. But, I mean, there ain't no reason that the Eagles can go from winning the Super Bowl to the collapse they had to back to the Super Bowl, and then they're 10-2. Say what you want. They still in the playoffs right now.
They are.
So I mean, anything can happen. But I mean, it comes down to, number one, I don't care how much Dak loves Mike McCarthy. Get rid of Mike McCarthy. Give me somebody like Jim Harbaugh. Give me somebody young. Give me somebody that's got some apps on the phone. And we just got to do something. Well, I don't know, man.
Hey,
I don't
man.
know. I
feel you, man.
It's time to blow it up.
And I'm glad you were able to vent and get rid of your frustrations there. But man, hey, keep your head high, man, and go Cowboys. We'll figure out something going to happen next year, man. But right now, man, we got no real estate. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Go Cowboys, Law.
Yes, indeed, man. Look, look. I get it. People want to be frustrated at me, right? I know y'all want to be angry at me, but at the end of the day, we have every right to call out, hey, if Dak Prescott didn't perform up to the level in this game that we should want to see him in, then that's still something that we have to say. I'm not putting the loss only on Dak, but also the defense didn't perform well, right? The plan was flawed. Mike McCarthy didn't coach well. Ferg played out of his mind in this game. CeeDee Lamb was playing basketball with the football or volleyball with it, right? My guy Brandon Cooks, we love the acquisition. We all cheered when he had got that acquisition. But he wasn't the game changer in this game, ladies and gentlemen. It was MG13 again. Yeah. But that doesn't mean just because he had those few plays that, hey, all is forgiven, right? Gilly, he didn't look that good in this game. Stephon Gilmore, he didn't look that good, ladies and gentlemen. So it doesn't mean that all of a sudden we trash Gilly or we trash these guys. But this team just wasn't ready. But who is responsible for that? Coaching, culture. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things. But me as a fan, I have a right to be angry and upset. We are the only ones, look, we watch this game, support this game, but we are the only ones that lose money doing it. Let that sink in. They making money in this game. Cut up one of those guys' checks right quick and break it down to how many money that they get paid per game. It's entertainment. So we have a right to be mad. We spend money for this product. And if we don't get the returns as it relates to to what we want out of it, it doesn't mean that we are fickle fans or we fake fans. But we are just angry and upset. And if y'all can use this channel as a channel to vent, then come on, vent. It's 8:59. I gave y'all a whole hour extra. I'm supposed to be out of here at 8 o'clock. I got food prepared for me, you know? Nuke, man, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Lord? How you doing, man? Go Cowboys.
Man, go Cowboys, bro. Talk to me, man.
This is what I'm going to say, man. We're too soft.
Yep.
And that's on offense and defense. We need a running back. Dan Quinn sold us out today. Plain and simple. I'm not going to hold you long because I want you to go eat, brother. But what I will say is next year we got to look for a whole new heart. Go Cowboys. I'm out.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, it's my guy. You know, what y'all re-rolling? I got Trilla, man, on the line, man. You live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
Hello, real quick. Hello. Man, I'm so mad.
Shoot, tell me about it, man. Talk to me.
Love. They know damn. For one, I don't even want to cuss on your stuff.
Nah, you good, man. Go rip it off, man. Pause, too. But go ahead, spit your mind, man.
Hey, listen, Love. I'm so fucking mad. What? We did them. Man.
You can't even get it out, bro. I know. That's how frustrated you are, man. So
I'm so frustrated. I'm so mad right now. I ain't even got nothing to say. Continue with your show, big dog.
Appreciate you, man. That's Trilla, man. Hey, you know, what else can we say? What more do they want from us? See, the players, they lose. They gonna go home. They gonna do just like this on Tuesday. After they get paid every Tuesday. Oh, all right, good. Even the guy that's the equipment guy. All right, yeah, it's there. You know, it's end of the road for us. We spent, like I said, money. yeah. I got Swayze, man, for the 908. You're live on the Nation.
Hello?
Yeah, you're live. Talk to me, man.
What's going on? This is Swayze, the objective Cowboys fan here, giving objective analysis. I'm very disappointed, but I'm not surprised. I've been calling it out since last offseason. With this in the butt, it's exactly what I called out during the draft after I told you what we needed to get.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are mad at Dak Prescott. Again, like I've been critical of Dak Prescott's whole career. This season showed me that Dak Prescott is an above-average quarterback. Will you be able to get an above-average quarterback realistically within the next 2 or 3 years or so? Probably not. You don't have the draft capital. I don't have faith in this front office to draft a capable franchise quarterback. So above-average quarterback should be enough. The thing that Dak Prescott needed, which he was avoided of for their entire year, was an elite running game. Like I told you during the draft, I said that Dak Prescott needs an elite running game. The whole chat laughed. That's why I don't take the chat serious. They don't know nothing about football.
Right.
Like he needs an elite running game because Dak Prescott, just like Troy Aikman in the past, for you to unlock what Dak Prescott's full potential is, he needs to have some type of be able to do play action. Like we were incapable of doing any play action. They didn't take it serious because we don't have a running game to take the play action serious. Also, we don't have an elite defensive tackle. We didn't go out in free agency to go get a veteran defensive tackle. The moment Jerry Jones and Stevie Jones said before the trade deadline said that we like our guys, you should have knew from there the season was over. They don't take football serious, and they don't take football serious. If they would have took football serious, we would have been hired a capable head coach. We hired a retread head coach who's that's over the hill, who like without Aaron Rodgers or Brent Favre, like he was irrelevant. Like
hey Swayze, I get your point on that, man. You were right on the money with everything you said, bro, and you said that earlier this year, and I appreciate you for calling in, bro. You right on the money, bro. You're right.
And also just the last thing. Also, the three head coaches we should get, because Mike McCarthy should be fired tomorrow. Like when we wake up, Mike McCarthy should be fired.
Right.
The three head coaches is Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, and Jim Harbaugh. Those are the three head coaches. We don't get one of those
And
three.
you know what? You know what I like?
I don't really care
what I
about
like
the
about
team
those three right there? And even though the Titans, I'm not going to hold them for what their record was and what happened to them, because we all know, talent is talent, and they didn't have a lot of it, But I'm going to say this, though. Those three coaches that you mentioned, they all bring culture into the building. Not saying that Mike McCarthy didn't bring a lot of culture that was differently. It was a vast update for what we previously had, but it still itself wasn't enough, right? It was better than the Garrett culture, but we need to be something that's above that. And I believe that those three guys will be able to exemplify that if Jerry Jones stepped back too. Appreciate you, man.
And I think he will, because at the end of the day, like, you're 80-some years old. So, we'll win the Super Bowl or not, it's up to you. It's up to Jerry
man.
at the end of the day.
Good
but,
call
like,
for you,
I
man.
appreciate it. I'm going to listen to the rest of the show.
No doubt. All right. I'm looking for your name, Lady Jessica. I don't see you in the call queue. You gotta keep in mind that I run a show with over 1,000 people watching, right? And it's not that I skipped over you intentionally when you call in. It's not that I skipped over you. But one thing that I'm going to say here, and you did this before, and I love you. I love you, Lady Jessica. Don't threaten to remove funds because I did that. Because I'm going to tell anybody that's watching this show, I don't care if you guys are putting funds into the account if you're doing it for iniquities, right? I only want people to donate and support this channel from their heart because they love what I do and they see the passion for what I do. I do not want people to donate or give funds so that I can acknowledge them so they can get all. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. I don't want you guys money for that aspect of it. I want people to only support the nation that can help grow the nation so that we can become better, so that we can grow and do things like the 3 and the 4 ladder networks, because they don't ask for funds and they already getting the funds. So if you guys are emotional and you guys want to say, hey, I want to pull back my funds from Law Nation, go ahead. Trust me. Because the grand creator got me. He's going to increase me regardless of what you tried to give. And that's how I see it. So if y'all don't see this grind, if y'all don't support for what I'm doing right here and thinking that I'm the person that's trying to withhold from people, no. I don't want your money. I do not want your handouts. Don't ever in your life give me, if you can donate me $2,000 and I'll rewire it right back to you. Don't fund me if you're not giving it from your heart. That's my number one rule of law. Don't, anybody that's in here, whatever donation, super chat that y'all give, don't give it to me, man, if it's not from your heart. I do not want your money. God got me, God got my back, and everything else. So I'm going to say that because you kind of got me upset a little bit about that, because I really care about you. I allow you to get in here, talk all year, and you're going to come at me for that? Ooh, so God work on me. God bless you. Jay Worthy, you're live from the 267.
What a perfect segue, Law, because the first thing I was doing when I was coming on your show, was accommodating you for standing tall.
Yeah.
Standing tall, because, this is not easy, because I see the passion that you got for the Cowboys and for the nation. And, for me, I'm just sitting here allowing you to let people vent, even ones like Brandon and Darius, even though they're right in a sense. But, like I said, about 28 other quarterbacks you can say that about.
True.
Dak Prescott did have an MVP season. We did Dak Prescott as fans. That's what we supposed to do. Even though he didn't show up in a big game, and stuff like that. It wasn't that. You still got to stop him.
Yeah.
And that, I think, was a huge problem, because one thing, it went back to political football. We all knew Wanye Thomas was more effective than J-Ron Curse. We all knew that at some point in time, Jabril Cox was more effective than Leighton Vander Esch for that scheme, for that system, at that time. We all know that Devin Hartman shouldn't even been let go, know. Yeah. But then it put us in a deficit, and that was the problem. I'm seeing our linebackers, Marquise Bell, even though he tried his hardest, but even though when he was in a position to make the play, he got pushed back.
Right.
And so as I'm watching this game, I'm saying the problem is at some point it was the political football. It was the political football. What was the point of elevating the linebackers, onto the 53-man roster when you're not going to use them?
Right.
And I'm sitting here like, where's the adjustment? And it's too many variables for us to pinpoint it on one problem. Too many, It's a team sport. Collectively, we can pull from each direction and put the blame on. We can do that. But the point as fans, we got to support no matter what. Because guess what? Only one team at the end of the day is going
to lift up that Lombardi trophy. So and along the way, from an emotional aspect, right? One of the shows I like is Anger Management. It was way back in the day with Adam Sandler, right? There's this dude, he was crazy, 76er fan, and I think they lost or something. He was like, you gotta jam it, you gotta dunk it. You know what I'm saying? He was telling the man, woo-sa. Because we as fans, we get it, right? We're gonna still support this team. I guess somewhere in the universe, that guy is still supporting the 76ers, although they haven't won in so many years, right? So it's the same thing with us as Cowboys fans. We still gonna support this team. We still gonna love and root for this team. But when somebody drops back and they throw a pick six, or when somebody drop back and somebody gives up a sack or something like that, we're gonna fight, we're gonna argue, we're gonna yell. That's the whole point of being a fan, right? Is to be a fanatic, because we want what's best for our team. But can you imagine somebody that took the investment to fly into Dallas right now? To
Thursday,
go,
remember?
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving. I did on Thanksgiving that Thursday.
Right.
We spent
thousands of dollars. And all you wanted was to see a good game. And they didn't play like they played today, but at least you got a good game out of it. And you're not even going, and I don't know your money resources, but you're not even going to get a fraction of what they getting paid. You see what I'm saying? So all you want is for the team to compete. And tonight, we didn't get a chance to see this team compete on the first quarter or the second quarter, right? It was 27-0. So for anybody to look at this game and say, well, let's calm down, let's chill out, let's not, come on. You see what I'm saying? But it's one of those things that I get it. I get it from Brandon's perspective, right? And I get it from Darius' perspective. Darius wasn't even sweating Dak. He's more of the coach guy. Like, hey,
McCarthy, y'all and him guys. Yeah.
Right. Brandon was more of like, shoot, it's Dak. He wouldn't care about the coaches. So both of those guys all year long. So if I'm gonna rag those two callers when we win, it's just how I don't make the rules. This is how it goes. They gonna also have to spit their mind when we lose. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take it. Yeah.
Gotta take it on the chin. So it's a circular situation. But guess what? Jay?
Go ahead. I'm listening, bro.
I'm gonna be back here next year. The same thing. I ain't finna be putting on a Packers uniform.
How about them guys? We standing tall. How about them Cowboys? Why? I mean, me and you the same age.
Right.
We watched 3 Super Bowls and back to back. Right. I mean, we old enough to be some of these Bulls' fathers, in the chat, and some people in here old enough to be our fathers. Right. But we saw it. I mean, we was there, and so from that fraction on a nostalgic point of view, even though we saw it, we good, but we not satisfied, not now, because as a fan, you want to win it every year. We know that's not possible.
It's not possible,
but
yeah.
that's what we root for, you know. And so, like you said, you know, we mad, you know, because we invest our time, our resources, everything in this, and this is what you bring us, you know. But but Cowboys Nation, don't attack each other. Please don't do that.
Please don't do
guess
that.
What? When we turn on that 4-letter network tomorrow, when we turn on ESPN and stuff like that, they gonna do that for us.
They're gonna
do
it for us.
They gonna do that for us, and that's what I hate, because, you know, they gonna seem right, and they gonna attack us. And who do Stephen A. Smith always attack? He said it's your fans.
It's the fans.
So while they attacking us and we attacking each other and stuff like that, you know, there's no win with us. You know, but then we look towards y'all, you know, Vaches, the Law Nations, you know, the Okoye, you know, the landlords. We look to y'all, you know, for that boost, honest knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, for that honest analogy, the real facts and stuff like that. And that's where we build. And so we gonna stand by y'all.
I appreciate
that's
it, man.
what we definitely gonna do. We gonna stand by y'all, because that's where we gonna get our woosah from.
No doubt,
You know,
man. I
that's where we
appreciate
gonna
you,
get our
Jay
woosah
Worthy,
from.
man. I thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate you, bro. Good call from him.
That's no problem, man. That's no problem. I'm gonna be here right here tomorrow with you.
No doubt, man. And people, I hope y'all understand the back end of this, right? We could have just jumped in and did like a 30-minute deal and got up out of here, dotted it up and said, hey, man, look, we just going to hang out with family and everything. But I'm going to say this, though. You know, look, a lot of people don't talk about this, but, you know, those networks, they don't like us doing this. You see where they going? Look, Shay Sharp is doing Club Shay. He gonna be talking about this, and watch their support. They probably ain't gonna read everybody's super chat. They're gonna be sending $200-$300 in, $500 in, $1,000 in, and they ain't counting their money. But it goes to show you that the people, this world, man, look, they got access to everything. We gotta fight to squeeze for access. There's been times whereas I did a show earlier, like 2 weeks ago. Let me show y'all some differences between content creator channels and others. We showed a film on the Final Word, the all 22 film. And I hit Boss up and I said, hey, dog, they flagging the videos. Boss said, nah, he ain't got one flag on his. Because, there's no offense to my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports, but they ain't in no threat of Boss Cowboy Sports right now. They on my ass. I show a clip like, Law, why you don't do all 22? Why you don't do film breakdown no more? Because I show a piece of the film, the NFL is on my ass. Why? Because I got influence. I break down the same play that Okoye break down. They say, okay, Okoye cool, Okoye media. I do the exact same film. I get 30 warnings. Hey, you use that NFL footage. That footage belongs to the blah, 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 blah. So they ain't a threat. They ain't a threat to those, but I'm a threat to them. So that's just how it is. So I got to make sure I move differently. And then when you start to seeing all of the 3-letter to 4-letter network, they coming over here, baby. That's just what it is. And they still get the support. They don't have people saying, hey, man, look, you didn't read my super chat. Hey, man, you didn't read my stars I sent you. How you think it's one person? I'm by myself. They going to make hands over fists regardless. They double dipping. The Disney playing them, YouTube, MySpace, everything. You know what I'm saying? I show a piece of a clip, and I'm telling Boss, I said, hey, man, you know, we do this all 22 film. It's supposed to be all right, but they flagging me, dog, you know. I got 30 flags in one video. He said, oh, no, for real. Yeah, dog. They'll flag me for the description information that Boss Cowboys put in the description box. On the video. I'm saying, like, hey, I get a community guideline strike. Why? Oh, misinformation. Wrong source. So I'm different. I'm different, y'all. So that's just what it is. But it is what it is over here, though. You know, this what it is when you're being independent, being silenced. Shoot, if I'd have had 4 or 5 million, I'd have 4 or 5 million subscribers if they stopped silencing me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. They shank me with the butter knife all the time. Had one dude somebody put it like this. Somebody sent me the film, told me to go over it. I went over the film, posted on my channel, and I get somebody from Twitter to hit me up. Hey, man, that's my film. Why you use my film? Huh? This dude sent me the film, sent me the documentations and everything. But hey, here's your name, here's your credit. Go, oh, I apologize. By the way. But that's the price of getting 3 to 4 million views a month. We're going to let's see what we got here. No Clone Tyrone, Charles in Charge, and Cowboys from New York. You're going to let you in. And then my guy MJ, I see you over there. All right, No Clone Tyrone, you're live on the Nation.
What's going on, Law? God damn, that was a tough loss.
It's tough, bro.
Tough. Yeah, man. But the only thing we can do, if we are going to change as a, coaching, we do change the coaching or whatever, I feel like if we do change it, let's go all the way back. Let's take it, get my man Jimmy Johnson back in the mix. I think that's going to rectify every goddamn thing that's going on. That's going to stop Michael Parsons from being on podcasts. We need to go and get a linebacker. If we're going to go get a coach, let's go get Jimmy Johnson. Bring him back. Let him influence the culture because he already been to the Super Bowl with the Cowboys and won. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Because at this point, I love Michael Parsons. As a fan, I like what I like it how he played. But as far as how he's been playing this season, going into the playoffs, he hasn't been playing too well, and I think that has something to do with him being on these podcasts. And
man, the more you put it out there, No Clone Tyrone, that's how it
hurts
goes,
when
man.
You say it. It hurts when you hear it.